Welcome to another episode. Today we're going to review all the rules of exponents with the 3 questions above. If there's a specific question you want to jump to, just hit the description box right below and you can jump to a particular problem. If you don't know all your rules, I did make videos on those, so just check out my channel, like and subscribe. Let's get started. When I do these problems, I try to focus on the parentheses first, and I check, is there anything in the parentheses I can take care of? This one you can't really take care of anything because none of the variables match, so we can't really do much. Then I move on to taking care of that too. So to take care of that too, the top we're going to leave alone. If you got an exponent on the outside of the parentheses, you're just going to multiply to each exponent in the inside. And if things don't have exponents like that 3, it has an exponent of a 1. P has an exponent of a 2, and Q has an exponent of a 1, since there's nothing there. Then you're just going to multiply everything in here by 2, the exponent on the outside. So I'm going to times that by 2, times that by 2, times that by 2, rewrite and simplify. 81, P6, Q5, and then the bottom turns into 3 squared, because 1 times 2 is 2, P to the 4th power, and Q, 1 times 2 again, is 2. I don't want to rewrite all that over, so sometimes you can take little shortcuts, like 3 squared. 3 squared is just 9, and then from here you can simplify. So 81 and 9. Some people are subtracting those. You only subtract the exponents when you're doing quotient of powers. As far as the coefficients, just divide 81 by 9 and you get 9. P6, P4. Rule is subtract the exponents when you're dividing powers with the same base. So that becomes P squared. You can do that in your head. And Q5 and Q2. 5 minus 2 is Q3. Okay, moving on. Second problem, there's nothing in the parentheses, and you got a bunch of negative exponents right there. So the rule is, if you got negative exponents, go one by one. Any negative exponent, all you got to do is switch its position. If it's in the numerator, slide it into the denominator. And I do that for every single negative exponent. That's in the numerator with a negative exponent, denominator. And keep going. 8 switches. This x6 also negative. Now we got to bring it to the top. Y negative 4, it's in the bottom, flip it to the top. So all of these had negative exponent. They have to just switch positions. And 12 over 30, we're going to leave alone. From there, it looks a lot easier to do. Start with the coefficients. 12 over 30, if you simplify it, that simplifies to 2/5. And quotient of powers, once again, 6 and 3, you get x to the 3rd power. I like to cross it off as I go. That way I don't have to worry about it anymore. You can do that if you want. Y4, Y2, 4 minus 2, top to bottom, when you're subtracting, is y squared. And now we got Z1 and 8. 1 minus 8 is negative 7. So we can write z to the negative 7. It's considered not simplified if you got a negative exponent. So we're going to have to flip that to the denominator. 2/5. I'm going to have to extend that fraction. X3, Y2 is on the top. And since this has a negative exponent, just flip it to the bottom. Put it in the denominator and it's done. This is a tricky one because you got a variable and a coefficient in the exponent, but that's an exponent. Just remember, that's an exponent. Focus in the inside first and see if there's something you can do. And if you guys see, you can take care of these two right here because they have the same base, and all we got to do is subtract the exponent. So that one I'm going to write for you so you see it. The negative 2 is on the top. I took care of that. Again, we're subtracting the exponents right there because they have the same base. 3n minus 2n. y to the 3rd is in the denominator. We're going to keep that at the bottom right there, and that is raised to the 4th power. So simplify a few things. I just wrote this part so you guys see how it becomes 1n, because 3n minus 2n is 1n. So let's rewrite that. Negative 2x to 1n over y to the third, and that is all raised to the fourth power. And now there's nothing left in the inside that I can do. I can move on to this exponent right here. And that 4 just tells me everything in the inside, just the exponents though, just the exponents, I'm going to have to multiply the exponents by 4. If that negative 2 doesn't have an exponent, it has a 1. x1n, that's the exponent for that. And y to the third, I'm going to have to multiply each one of those by 4. And that's the rule when there's an exponent on the outside. And once I do that, I'm pretty much done. Negative 2 to the fourth, x 1n times 4 is just 4n divided by y 3 times 4 is 12. And I can still simplify this part. Negative 2 to the fourth power. So in the end, that becomes 16x 4n all over y 12. If this helped, throw me a like and a subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next episode. Peace.